Namaste, Mera, dosto, Mera naam Kari, and welcome back to my channel, KariLeighC. Today we're doing a video on questions that interracial couples get tired of being asked. So let's go ahead and kick it off. Question number one is, how does your family feel about your partner's race? Why don't you give the first answer?
Okay, so completely honest answer, I think I got lucky that I have such amazing parents who are mature enough to really understand that true love is true love and it transcends any boundaries, color, race, even sex for that matter. But my parents have been supportive throughout my life. I'm the only child, but that does not warrant that they could agree upon whatever I decide in life to go along with. That being said, my mother, especially after having spoken to Kari, was so much, wholeheartedly welcoming Kari. I just felt like, yeah, this is destined to be, this is meant to be. And I don't want to sound like a cheesy person out here,
No,
but
please.
but it's so true though. And my father, he's very open-minded and he has always been supportive throughout my life. Even all the decisions, hard decisions of coming to the States for my MBA and supporting throughout my hardships in the early days of my life where I made severe mistakes. He has helped with course correcting and making sure that I'm on the right path. But now that he knows that I am able to make independent decisions, hopefully the mature ones, I think he's on board that I'm okay, or more than okay rather, to have a wonderful wife like Kari. So in my case, yes, I love my parents and I'm proud that they are totally fine with my decision. How about you now, Kari?
I don't think my answer is quite as long-winded, but
we Indians like to speak, so.
And if you guys have noticed through past videos, I'm not a huge chatty person, so my answer will be shorter. My parents have always taught me that skin color didn't matter, race was unimportant in the context of a relationship. Whether or not you were gonna date somebody or be with them, that was not a factor you should really consider. Except for when it comes to cultural differences. Obviously, you have to take that into consideration because especially the way I grew up and the way DJ grew up is very different in terms of everything from religion to food to just how you communicate.
A whole lot of difference. Yeah.
So, I mean, no, my parents never had a problem with DJ. They were super accepting, and I told my mom, at least, even about my very first date with DJ before it even happened. So they both have always approved.
So they knew that I was the right one.
Obviously. All right, question number two.
While she is pulling up the question number two, guys, I swear we are not drinking a cocktail. This is warm tea. We do not sip on cocktails all day long, every day. So this is a green tea.
Or are we?
Who knows?
So question number two is, you're dating a blank. So in DJ's case, he's dating a white woman. In my case, I'm dating an Indian man. Aren't you worried about whatever said stereotype would be?
Okay. Do you want to go first this time?
So the first stereotype that I think of is that all Indians are going to have an arranged marriage. So I don't know exactly who I heard this from, but probably a couple people when I first started dating DJ, was that, why are you wasting your time, because he's gonna end up being married off to somebody from India anyway. And just by having met DJ myself and having vetted that out, I knew that that wasn't true. And another one that actually ties into the arranged marriage thing that I hadn't thought about is that, is he just dating you for a green card? I get this question a lot, and it's never been a concern to me. Look at him, he could have had anybody he wanted.
Oh.
So I'm not really worried about that. Another one that really comes to mind is that all Indians work in the IT industry.
That's a big one. I think that's the most common stereotype.
And actually, one of our subscribers had commented on the 5 things to know about dating an Indian, saying we're not all in IT, so it's kind of funny that I'm answering this question. I don't really care about the stereotype. People who work in IT, I would generally say, are pretty smart human beings. So
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know why anybody would be worried about that. But
and I started my career with Infosys, which is an IT consulting company. So
right.
There you go. I started with IT.
And now he's in management consulting for business continuity and risk management. So
if pandemic has hit your business, you subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
I'll help you with it.
Send him more work. What about you? Stereotype that you'd be worried about me being a white woman?
I wouldn't say a stereotype necessarily, but a common thing that even with our channel and the social media platforms that we use, we typically see people commenting and saying things about cultural appropriation on you trying salwar kameez, kurta pajamas, and all the Indian attire, cooking Indian dishes.
Bindis really get people upset.
Right, bindis. For whatever reason it may be, they strike hard and say this is cultural appropriation. Well, for one, I would take no nonsense from people who have no idea what India is about and how India looks like, feels like, and smells like, because most of the people who are commenting about cultural appropriation have never been to India, I can guarantee you that. So that's number one, take no nonsense from them. Number two, it's your body, mind, and soul. You can put on any dress you want, you can do whatever you want, it's your hacking of a life. So you don't need to care a damn about what other people say. And finally, which is the most crucial thing, there's a difference between, I think, cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation. Now, I think people confuse both. What you're trying to do is you are respectful of my Indian culture. You enjoy doing things that come along with the Indianness in me. And you appreciate the culture. You embrace it with an open heart and mind. I think that's what you're trying to do. Not like painting a positive impression about, oh, this is Indianism, how it looks like. And I just want to do it because my fiance or soon-to-be husband is Indian. Correct?
Correct. And I think a lot of people see my social media, and the majority of what we do share as a couple is my experience with his culture. So people see that one small view and think, oh, that's all she's into anymore because since I started dating him. But that's really not the case. I'm not wearing any Indian attire right now. So when you see me on social media, just know that that is not the only thing I represent anymore.
Right.
And also, from just knowing me on social media, you don't know my religion to comment on the bindi, you don't know how I feel about those things, and it is a genuine appreciation when it comes to that. If I'm offending anybody, just know that I'm very genuine when I have anything to do with Indian culture. And I know that my experience, like for instance being called gory, to me is cutesy and stuff, but I know for Indian women, they sometimes struggle with that because of colorism. So just don't put us in a box when looking at that and think, oh, white woman wearing Indian,
Right.
attire, and think automatically cultural appropriation.
And the final thing I would say is, again, like, to nip it in the bud forever, like, here's the thing, you are getting married to an Indian, okay? And this is your life, like I said. After all, you're an Indian wife, right? I'm not trying to force anything on you. You're doing it out of your own volition, right? So, guys, I'll just leave it at that. I don't think it's appropriate to talk about cultural appropriation when there is none.
Question number 3, which I haven't actually had this question in particular, is wouldn't it be easier to just date somebody from your own race?
I like that.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, again, starting from the top, what was question number 1? How does your family feel about it? Race was unimportant to us when we started dating. He asked me out, and we will do a video on how we met sometime soon. So hit those notifications. When he asked me out, I didn't think, oh, this is an Indian man asking me out. Should I consider it?
I'm glad you didn't think like that.
I just liked his personality and his demeanor, and so we went out on our first date. I don't think that it would necessarily be easier to date somebody who was white. I think everybody has their own issues, and if you don't get along with somebody, it's not going to make a difference what race they are.
I completely agree on that. For me, I think yes, it may have been easier to find an Indian woman, and because we have the same religion, most likely, color, share the same cultural opinions. But here's the thing, though. I don't think it would have been necessarily easy. There is no guarantee to everything or anything in life for that matter. I would say I like to take things positively and look at the optimism of things. So if it wasn't predetermined that I would be dating a white woman, it just so happened. And when it clicks, it just clicks. It naturally does. And in my case, Kari and I, not every time things are rosy and idyllic. We fight sometimes, we have arguments like any other couple does, and it's natural. That's how you build a healthy relationship, if you move over those differences, right? Now, in our case, because of the cultural difference and many other differences, we have more room to explore. And more
it really keeps things interesting.
It keeps things interesting. It could go either ways, right? We may have so many differences that we can never get over those.
Right.
But we try to come together, have a chat about it in a civil manner, and figure out what's the right thing to do.
And we always know that each other's intentions from a good place and genuine. So, even I'm pretty sensitive, and TJ is pretty just
shameless,
off the cuff, just says whatever. Even when we have a misunderstanding, I don't think that it would have been easier if I had been dating somebody who was white, because the way that we communicate already supersedes any other relationship that I could have had.
I think it's all about the balance of things. That's all I can say. And I think we have a good balance and so many things to explore about each other's cultures, food, the religion.
Not that you should date somebody based off of this.
No. This is by no means, an endorsement, like you should go ahead and explore other cultures. Do whatever your heart desires, and if you think you're doing the right thing, by all means, you're a mature individual, you should be able to make your own choices in life. So I'm very happy with my choice, and I love Kari so much.
So the fourth question.
But think of the children. Aren't you worried they will be bullied?
Such a ridiculous question.
We haven't thought that far.
Kids, one day.
Someday.
One day out there.
Well, I don't think it depends on any race for that matter about bullying. You can be white and be bullied in school. You can be brown, be bullied, black, be bullied. In some cases more than others, yes, but I don't think that's really a determining factor that you will be bullied. I would like to think it this way. Our child will have to explore both the cultures, having a chance to have the amazingness of embracing the good, bad, and ugly of both the cultures, right? So that will make, hopefully, him or her a more mature individual. What do you think?
And more interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I should have used that.
I don't think that it comes down to race when it comes to bullying. Obviously, some races are more predisposed to being bullied.
And that's unfortunate, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think it does factor in, but as a whole, anybody can be bullied. I mean, even when I was in school, I've had my run-in with plenty of mean people when I was younger, so I don't think, I'm definitely not worried about that. We will handle it together if that comes up.
And here's what I want to say, again, this is what I am blessed to have such a wonderful parenting, is you have to learn yourself. No one's going to hand you over things in a 10 tips to succeed in life kind of thing. And I'm not going to pretend we know everything in life. No. So we are experiencing, we are learning, and we'll make sure our children also do the same. But the most important thing is we will focus not on degrees in life, but rather the experiences. No matter how educated you are, your degrees won't help you in life. Your real experiences is what makes you mature, independent, and successful, I think.
I agree.
And finally, I think if you can't be a human to another human being, what's the value of those stupid education degrees that you procure throughout the years?
Amen to that.
So, we leave it at that. So next up, can you help me find insert race, ethnicity, boyfriend or girlfriend?
Let me take this away.
Please.
For all of you in my DMs and my comments section that are asking me to help you find a white girlfriend like me, stop. I am not a matchmaker. I don't pretend to be a matchmaker, and I can't find you somebody just based on looking like me and being white. That's ridiculous. You have to meet somebody and have a genuine conversation and connection, and I cannot do that for you. No other woman online can do that for you. And
well, didn't you say you run services? Matchmaking services?
No, I said I don't run matchmaking
no,
services.
I was kidding. Oh, you don't have a list of 50 individuals ready to be matched?
No.
Oh, okay, that's unfortunate, guys.
And I will say the same for DJ, though. I don't think he's getting DMs from women saying, find me an Indian boyfriend like you.
No.
But he can't do it either. So just stop. Comment on something else. What kind of videos do you want to see? And let's move on from this.
No, I know, guys, you may or may not mean it in the negative way. You may be trying to be funny. But if someone is trying to be genuinely asking for us to find matches...
And you're out there.
Please do not. Please stop it.
All right, so question number 6. I'm going to ask DJ because this really doesn't pertain to me. Don't you get frustrated not being able to express yourself in your own language?
Well, here's the fun part though. I express all the time in my own language. And the best part is you can't even understand what I'm saying when I'm frustrated.
Although I can pick up the bad words, so if you say something about me and it's bad, I will know.
She's been learning Hindi and my native Odia language so hard. She catches me sometimes saying all those slangs and stuff, so I have to be more careful. Mm-hmm. But there are some words she still doesn't know. I haven't taught her, and they are not available online, thankfully. so I still have my avenues to express myself in the negative way when I'm. But on the positive.
Ma, if you're watching.
But on the positive side, I think I have every chance and avenue to express myself, and at the same time keeps me smart. I think it keeps my brain cells active that I'm trying to speak multiple languages.
And me too, trying to figure out what he's talking about all the time.
Right. So hopefully, my brain cells remain active for a long, long time because of this exercise of speaking multiple languages.
And number 7, do people stare at you when you go on dates? Like in a way, like
condescending way? Or?
Yeah, condescending way.
Okay.
Like, why are you two together? You shouldn't be together.
Are you out of your mind? I don't think as much. There may have been instances where people have stared at us for whatever reason it might be. Some may be staring and like they feel disgusted watching a brown man with a white woman, or it may be just a stare of amazement. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they feel like, okay, their children should have those couple goals. But yes, we have had those stares. I do not pay any heed to any of those. If my parents are fine, I am fine. There you go. I don't care a heck about anyone else.
I don't think I've really noticed anybody staring at us. Maybe an old white man here and there. But not very often. It doesn't happen very often.
Well, we did get some Indian stares when we went to the Indian market, but again,
Yeah, I think that's more
a curious mind. I think that's
bewilderment.
That's the term. I like that.
So if you guys like this style video, let us know below and maybe drop some questions in the comments section for things you'd like us to answer in the future. This was originally a HuffPost article, and we'll put the article down below in the description box for you to check out. It's actually 8 questions, but there was one in there that we really didn't feel the need to answer. So If you watch this in its entirety and you go check out the article, you'll know which one.
I think it was a fun experience for us to express ourselves so openly. I think this is the first time you guys have seen us answer any kind of relationship kind of questions.
Yeah, Q&A style.
So in our defense, to be fair, if we have offended anyone, apologies in advance, but at the same time, if you are trying to be mean, hey, by all means come to Chicago, we'll have a civil discussion and sort it out, or if you want a man enough and have a brawl somewhere, let's do that too.
No, we won't. No, he takes it back.
I take it back. But guys, appreciate for all your support. We have hit 1,000 subscribers and we are beyond excited that
it would not be possible without you guys.
It won't be, seriously. So truly appreciate all your support and hope you continue supporting us throughout our journey as we try and hit more milestones. So stay tuned for more experiences, stay tuned for more stories and more vlogs. And with that said, consider subscribing and sharing and liking.
And we'll see you guys next time.